The next question. Please comment on the Star Bonds issue for all the candidates.
The Star Bonds issue, that's a subject that comes up quite often. I mean, yes, we have quite a few acres of land sitting out there, not really doing a lot of good for the city other than just sitting there vacant. We have the opportunity to bring in retail and entertainment business and retail related business that is going to help bring more tourism to our city. The tourism to our city is what's going to increase our tax dollars, increase the amount of budget that our city has to build more infrastructure, to put more projects to work, to see more jobs and everything come available for our city and for our surrounding communities. The Star Bond project, although it is located in Marion, is a great good for the Southern Illinois area. Yes, there are some ifs and buts about it as far as tax dollars and everything, but we have to keep in mind that yes, there will be some tax breaks for those developers in the Star Bond, but the extra revenue for everything outside that Star Bond area is going to benefit us all. The dollars for the real estate is going to benefit our community schools. I mean, that's all we're looking forward to. I mean, to make it a better place for you, me, our children, our future grandchildren and everything, that's what we should be looking forward to. And those acreages of land and the development is a great thing. Let's grab hold of it and run.
You know, about a year ago, we didn't even know what Star Bonds was. That was a project that was trying to get off the ground in Glen Carbon, Illinois, in the metro St. Louis area, and obviously they couldn't get together and come to a compromise, the surrounding communities. It failed. They come to Marion, Illinois, and the overwhelming response by the surrounding communities in Southern Illinois, I mean, was just, it was beyond, comprehension of what everybody wanted. Everybody's seen an opportunity with this, and it was a no-brainer for us. There's, the mayor, Commissioner Riggs, Commissioner Owens, myself, we was up in Springfield with other people, the developers, and we're in talking with these legislatures, and asking them for their support of this. Obviously a lot of them was not, and we had a big fight in the Senate. Obviously we got it because it's here, but this is nothing but a great opportunity, not only for Marion, not only for Southern Illinois, Southeast Missouri, Western Kentucky, Western Indiana. I mean, this, what can happen out here can shape the future of Marion forever. And Greg alluded to the school districts. The school districts are going to be the biggest benefactor of this Star Bonds. Marion School District alone, over $9 million for education of our kids. Was it right for us to do Star Bonds? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just because he's senior by 6 months or so. All the credit can't go to the city council. We've got our own local people that grew up, went to high school here, were a great big part in the development that you see, what we call the Hill, Cocopelli, the Star Bonds area. These aren't outsiders or foreigners that have come in here and bought up a bunch of property and want to put up some tents and bring in some elephants. These are our local people that have been involved in this, and I don't think they get enough credit for it. That's why people don't like him. Anyway, I want to say a great big thanks to you people that know, you know who you are, and I thank you for what you've done for the city of Marion. Let him have it before he gets mad.
I think it's interesting that Anthony mentioned that we went to Springfield and we lobbied very, very vigorously the representatives and the senators to get this Star Bond project approved by the legislature. One of my opponents has said that we got it because of a backdoor deal. I don't know where the back door was because the legislature passed it, the governor signed it, and we've got it. Why somebody has to say that everything that happens is undercover and behind closed doors is beyond me. Everything the city council does is open and above board, and this is one of them. Now, this is a $300 million project, as has been stated. It's going to be good not just for Marion, but for our entire area. There's a mayor by the name of Butler down in Mounds. They've got about 500 people in that town. He came up here and he says, we are in favor of the Star Bond project. He says, we're 50 miles away, but we think that whatever happens out of that is ultimately going to be of some benefit to us. That was the attitude across our whole area. I've never seen anything where there was such a groundswell of support for any kind of a project as there was for this. It is going to work, it's going to be great, and anybody who looks at it otherwise better get out of the way because the train is coming down the tracks and we're not taking any prisoners.
To understand Star Bonds, you got to understand that it's strictly money has to be generated by what goes on in that district in order for anybody to receive any funds. The city, other than some minor legal fees and some studies that we had to do in order to form the district, is not the front people on this. There are developers who do all the work. All we do is put everything in place for any type of development that looks reasonable and can create jobs for Southern Illinois. That's the job of the council is to make sure that we don't become an obstruction to creating jobs. And on this area, we've done everything, and we're in negotiations right now, like I said, on the highways and things to create. You put 2 million cars on Morgan Avenue, the way it sets today, and we got a real problem. And that's the things that we have to do up front. And I don't see, Bob and I have talked about it several times, I don't see any way that we lose on Star Bonds if we use good judgment in getting ready, because until the developer, we've put the ball in his hands. And until that developer can create the development, we've done our part as a city government to cause the right things to happen. I don't know, we've got, you can look at the books on it and what we've projected, and it's nothing but a plus for the community.
I agree on the Star Bond is a good issue. It's a good project. It's going to bring jobs. Nobody's against jobs. It's going to bring higher paying jobs. It's actually could be a launching project for what Marion is going to go to. My statements on closed door deals was based on as a public person, a citizen. What I had to go on was the minutes of the city council. There was no mention in open session of the Star Bonds till September 18th. They were ratified in October, which gives a perception that it was very quick, very closed, and when you look at the closed time sessions, you were 56% of the time in closed session. I'm just saying, as a public person, I'm not on the council. I am not privy to those those executive sessions as any of the public is not. So consequently, it looked very quick, and it did go through the procedures. It did go through the legislature. It did go through everything properly, as Mayor Butler says. I was giving a perspective as the public, who was not privy of all information. Now, based on that, I have read the bill. I have looked at what project information has been made available to the public, and I see a very supportive project. It will go on, it will be finished, and I see it as a launching pad for where we can go.
At a time when the state's making decisions that are discouraging a lot of new business from relocating to Marion, I feel that the Star Bond project is a blessing. It's an amazing opportunity to bring new business, new jobs, and tourism to Marion. If Kansas, the Star Bond development out in Kansas is any example to go by, in which it is, it's excelled. There's been such tremendous, I can't even talk today, there's been such tremendous growth out there in that area. And the types of businesses they have, I know they have a big furniture mart out there, and actually the lodge that's there was one that was recently on Undercover Boss, so that was really interesting to see too. Again, I'm like Rick, I lost my train of thought there for a second, but it's going to bring so much more to Marion. It's going to bring people to Marion. And the money, like Anthony said, that it's going to raise for our school system is going to be tremendous. And I'm behind it 100%.